What's going on? We are back. We are here with the Two Funny Mamas podcast. I'm Kym Whitley.
And I am Sherri Shepherd. Good morning, everybody. Well, actually, I can't say good morning because, I can't say good morning because we drop every Thursday in the morning. So I can't say good morning, everybody.
How about just make it evergreen and just say, hey, everybody, good day. How about that?
Because that's not the way I talk, but I'll try it. Hey, everybody, good day.
Yeah, well, now you sound like a newscaster.
But I know, because I don't know anybody that walks down the street and goes, hey, what's up, girl, good day. I don't know any way you could make good day sound hip.
Hi, Sherri, how you been?
I'm really good today. I'm feeling great. I took a shower. I smell good.
Finally.
What do you mean finally? I take a shower every day.
Can you put your mic closer to your face? Why do I have to? Oh, maybe I should turn my volume up. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I don't need to see the mic in the frame. You can put it back. I just wanted to see, you like things close to your face.
That hurt my
feelings. I have my volume down.
I
apologize. I have my volume down.
Because I was like, I'm trying to do everything right. Again, everybody, thank you for joining the Two Funny Mamas. And this is our 4th or 5th episode. I can't remember, but I'm just saying we're doing this all by ourselves with a little help from my friends at Midcoast Media. But we're doing everything by ourselves, including microphone. We have borrowed cameras from people. Kym, we were supposed to start half an hour early, but Kym's Wi-Fi froze and she knows nothing about Wi-Fi, but she took apart everything. She said, it'll be 2 minutes. It's 40 minutes later, but we're together. So thank you for giving us a little grace and being patient with us as we try to figure out podcasting and life in general, because everything's just a complete mess, but we're good. Because our goal in life, number one, is we want to make you feel good. We know that there's so much chaos in the world happening, and it just seems like it's some kind of surreal science fiction movie, but we just want to make you laugh. We want to make you release for a minute and feel good for a time before you got to get back to everything. Huh, Kym?
You're absolutely right. And we spend a lot of time together. Y'all got to understand, if me and Sherri aren't together, we on the phone together. We working together. We running together. We commiserating together. So our podcast is really just a slice of our friendship, to be honest with you. So when we start arguing,
And we do argue a lot. We do that a lot. Because even before, talking about taking the shower, because I take a shower every day or every other day, and it takes me about I can do it in 30 seconds. I just need, what taking a shower for me means, Kym, is like I feel good. I feel like I can face the day. But I wish that I had the smell goods, like the scents and stuff. And I take a shower because I never know if the plumber gonna come over and he may want to nuzzle my neck in between unstopping the toilet.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for reminding me to take a shower today. First of all,
I don't know, why are you in rebellion? Why are you rebellious about taking the shower?
It's not rebellious. It's just, I forget to take a shower. Like, we're not a shower family.
What are you?
With all boys.
You go hose yourself off? Okay, I interrupted you.
No.
What did you say?
I'm sorry. Take your little shower this morning. You was like, what if the plumber? You can't let your hoish ways dictate your cleanliness. Because
I think
if the plumber wants to nuzzle up to you, I don't think the plumber cares how you smell. The smells that the plumber smells? That's who you're going to pick? If the mailman. I'm listening.
With the mailman. Okay, a couple points. Don't have hoish ways. My Bible is right behind my computer. I have hoish thoughts. Just wanted to clarify that. All my thoughts are hoish. My ways, very, very much Christian. 2 different things. Yeah, I just wanted to delineate.
I love it. I'm a Christian too, thank you. He just working with me a little more than he got to work with you. Because you done been through 2 religions. I was born Christian. You was born Jehovah Witness. Then you went to Scientology, and now you at a Christian. So you got a lot in you.
See, you got the t-shirt. You're the one that wears the t-shirt that said Jesus knows my heart. That's okay. I got you.
I do. It says I cuss a little, but Jesus knows my heart.
You
He
cuss a
does.
little, and Jesus know your heart.
I
And
drink
thank
a
God
little.
for Jesus.
Yes.
There was a second point I wanted to clarify. I have hoish thoughts, but not hoish ways. And I didn't think that far into a plumber smelling things and then nuzzling my neck. I'm just saying anybody, the mailman, the plumber, because in my fantasies, they just may want to nuzzle a neck. And I want my neck to be smelling good.
Why does it
That's
have
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
essential workers? I mean, why it does it have to be? That sounds like a hashtag me too. People can't come in your house and then you bringing your neck all over to them. First of all, that's uncomfortable. Okay.
Well, I don't lead with my neck. It's when I write the check that I write the check like this as I'm writing
Oh
the check.
yeah, that's good. So now he thinks something wrong. You got a crook in your neck. Yeah.
I don't care what he thinks, but my neck is there for nuzzling because I took a shower.
Girl,
See, this is what happens.
If the plumber or the mailman nuzzled your neck, you would be, where are the dogs? Get them, eat them, bite them.
Not if he looked like Idris Elba or Bradley Cooper or Channing Tatum or Michael B. Jordan or Chadwick Boseman before he lost all that weight. I'm just saying. Now, if the plumber come in looking like, freaking Smedley from the fifth floor,
I like Smedley.
Then we're gonna have a problem. Because that's the thing. We don't care. Like if they're really like wretchedly ugly, then you got a problem with them doing anything. But if they come in there and they're fine as heck and they're looking like a Bradley Cooper or an Idris, you don't mind so much.
Let me explain something to you. That was 4 months ago. We've been locked in for 3 months in the pandemic. They can walk in this house looking like Smedley, Deadly, Herman, the monster. And I'm going to break him off. Do you understand? We've been in here built up like...
tension.
No, yeah, we are like bears in hibernation. When we come out of this thing, you better stay in. You got to be safe, fellas, because the women going to be coming out this COVID. Let me tell you something. There's going to be a problem. There's going to be some lawsuits. There's going to be some things going on.
Like literally.
Oh, yeah.
We going to be like, gimme. I want the man. I want the man. I'm telling you, you got to have a little heart for us single women out here.
Oh, they're going to be out of control.
There's nobody here. Like, at least you got Rodney staying with you.
No. Huh? What'd you say?
I said, you got Rodney staying with you.
Oh, no. First of all, let's get it straight. Rodney is my baby daddy. And that's it. And a friend. Rodney been here he was here, but now Rodney left. I did regret, when he left, I was like, damn, at least I had a man walking around I could look at, smell good. But there was no sexual tension at all. We probably would have to be locked in the house for a whole year. And then I'd be like, look, close your eyes. And then I'd make him sign a NDA.
The non-disclosure agreement, confidentiality.
I have him sign it in blood. Yep. I said, you can't ever. Oh, yeah.
We must never ever talk about this. Like this.
Not even to me. No, that's the worst. I hate when a man, you do something, y'all like, Dad, we probably shouldn't have done that. And then the next time you see him, they remember that. I don't want to hear it. Shut up. No, I don't remember it.
There's a few people in my life that I would like to have that with. Where it's like, don't talk about it. This is just a need for now.
That's
just
it.
Fix it. Don't talk about it. When we see each other, act like nothing ever happened. Don't wink at me. Nothing. And I think, is there anything wrong with a woman saying, look, hey, I just want to, I just need you to fulfill some emotional needs I need right now. And we're not going to talk about it. This does not mean I don't respect you as a man. It doesn't mean I'm not going to call you. But this is what I need. And I think we would have
better relationships, and we wouldn't have all these lawsuits and problems if men would even be like that. Just be upfront and honest and say, look here, I really had a man touch me in years. Like your friend, oh, well, never mind. I'm not going to say that. You do have a
Thank
friend
you.
like that. And if she would just be honest and say, look here, I just need you to break me off and then you go about your business. If you come over at least every other week. Okay.
Well, I think that uh, the person that we know, Brishana,
Yeah.
didn't mean to say your name, but we've talked about this, so we're going to have to bleep this out. She's been celibate for a long time, and I think the problem, and this is just me, I know y'all might disagree with me, just my opinion. When you're celibate for 20, 23, 27 years, there's a mental thing that goes with that celibacy. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
men don't want to deal with that, because when you've been like, and I'm not talking about being a virgin and celibate. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
you had a sex life, and now you've decided to be celibate until you get married again. But now some girls, like my girlfriend now, I think is going on, I think it's maybe going on 25 years, something like
Yeah.
that, of celibacy. And I think a problem that a man has is that's a lot of emotional baggage that comes with being celibate that long. Because the first, like now, I think she said to a guy, just take it. I just want to give it away because I want to experience this thing again. And he was like, no, because if we do it, you're going to be on the edge of the bed crying. And that's too
Mm-hmm.
much for me. And you're going to have, because you held on to it so long, it's going to be emotional. And probably a woman might fall for the guy. So that is so much emotional stuff that goes with when you're an adult woman and you've been celibate that long. Like
Absolutely.
honestly, I'm celibate now. You've been celibate. We kind of fell into accidental celibacy.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say this was a forced prison sentence.
Well, I was celibate before the prison sentence, but it kind of yes, I
But
was, and I look right.
wait, hold up. Hold up. Don't
I
you
look
take
dead
your
into this
glasses off and
camera.
get all up in the camera. Hold up. Wait
Do
a
you see my
minute.
neck moving?
By choice you were celibate or just by you couldn't get nobody you wanted? Oh, sorry.
I started out by choice being celibate. By choice.
By
Then
choice.
it got to a point of now I'm like, okay, this is accidental celibacy. What the heck happened with this
Yeah.
celibacy? I done fell into the celibacy hole, and I've been trying
You're
to
right.
claw myself out
No, you're
because
right. Celibacy is nothing wrong with it. It really
like it's
isn't.
supposed to be
But
an expiration date on celibacy. This ain't supposed to be like, a nut milk where you can keep it in the refrigerator for years, or like canned goods where you could just hide it on the shelf and you take out those green beans in the can 12 years later and it's still great. There's not a preservative on my celibacy.
no,
So I'm trying to figure out what happened here that I have
no.
fallen into the celibacy sinkhole.
Yeah,
And
because
now
right
with
now
COVID,
we're perishable. We are perishable goods. I'm
there's
telling you, mine is
perishable.
turning. That's right. Mine is turning rancid right now.
Don't
Oh,
say that. I done put my wig up.
oh, that
Your
wasn't a good word.
celibacy is not okay.
Oh, sorry.
Let's
Okay.
rewind.
Okay, I digress. Sorry.
Your celibacy is not turning rancid, Kym, but there is a perishable date on our celibacy. We have like organic celibacy. Like organic stuff, you have to use it right away. We can't use it anymore. Like we have
Right.
organic celibacy. You see what I'm
If you
saying?
don't use it, you lose it.
If we don't use it, we lose it. And
Oh
especially, let
yeah.
me tell you something, because I know, like, in church they talk about. I was told when I got divorced and I was going back to church, get my relationship right with God, and one of the pastors said, you have to go back to being celibate. And I said to him, I said, but here's the deal, Pastor. At my age, I am celibate because you know what is the new celibacy? Being
What?
tired.
Yes.
Being tired
Woo,
is the new
praise him.
celibacy. And I'm telling you, that doesn't happen when you're in your 30s or your 20s. It starts happening like mid 40s on, and you start getting tired and you don't feel like it. So you literally you thinking, okay, orgasm, put my hand close to the camera.
Mhm.
Orgasm,
Nap.
celibacy.
Oh,
Orgasm, sleep.
right.
Orgasm, sleep. And usually sleep wins out.
Goes. Wait, but not only, I don't think that has to do with age. I also think it does. It has to do with your lifestyle. When you become a mother, before I was a mother, let me tell you something. I was running around in these streets, baby,
Yeah.
3, 4 men, whatever. I was running the numbers. Okay, that sounds crazy. I wasn't sleeping with them, but I could go out and party. I can go
But
on
you were
dates.
out, Kym. We were out, and you, like you said, you were out running the streets. Now you out running around after Joshua.
Yeah, it's a different. Let me tell you something. If I had a husband, I see why the divorce rate is high. You are fine until you had these little kids. You got to. That's why I tell people you get married, enjoy your husband, enjoy your marriage first. Then
Yes.
you bring in that little child, because that little child is going to suck away not only your breast, going to take away your fun and your life. I know that sound bad, but because they are little human beings that need someone 20, especially when they're little.
Sure.
You got to make sure they don't suffocate. You got to make sure they don't choke. You got to make sure they don't pick up something. You are literally policing this little human being until they're 15 or 17 years old.
And literally, kids do. I see Joshua sucked your life away. Good grief,
Oh, it's
Kym.
gone. He
I
made
think
me. Whew.
it's funny because it's so true. Being married, when you have a child, early, now all of your focus is on the child, because the child needs to eat. They don't care if you doing anything. They need to be
Yep.
changed, eat. They have to eat. You got to make sure their emotional needs are taken care of. That's why a lot of people look up when their kids go to college and they like, okay, who are you? Because
Right.
they've been focused on the kids for so long. And that's why people who are married say you have to like calendar your dates. You have to be intentional about having
Yes.
a date night. You got to be intentional about your sex life. And I know it sounds so unromantic, but when you have children, Kym, they like to walk in the room. That's why men, let me tell you something about men when you're married and kids. And you know this, it's not even about being married. But when a man is having sex with you or making love to you, he don't hear no kids. Like we'll be in
No.
bed, you can hear, I would be in bed with my husband and I would go, oh my gosh, Jeffrey's crying. He's like, I don't hear nothing. He's like a dog that is chasing a rabbit and gets hit by a car and still keeps running. Men
Oh
don't hear anything. You can, like, men will do it and the baby's sick. Your child is sick
God. Right.
with a fever. And as mothers, we listen for every cry, every mommy, and we
Yes.
want to get up. And they're like, I don't hear nothing. And they are
No.
like bulls. They are
They are.
moving. They're like,
Girl, the house could be burning down and the man could be mid-stroke. He'd be like, that's all right. It's going to be all right. It ain't going to burn all the way down. It ain't to the bedroom yet. What? We got to
that
get
is
out
how
of
men
here.
are. We are not stereotyping men. It is just how men are.
Yes, we
And
are.
women, because I don't know if it's the maternal thing in us and we're just in tune to our children. And don't try to lock the door when a man wants to do it. Excuse me, let me do that again. And don't try to unlock the door when your man doing it to you, because they want to lock that door. And you're like, no. What if we got to get to our baby? And what if they don't care?
They don't care.
They don't care. So
They,
it's
they don't care. They're like, the baby be all right. The baby know how to run out the front door. The baby is 8 months old. What are you talking about? The dog will get him. The dog will get the baby.
I can't tell you the number of times that Jeffrey's dad and I would get into so many arguments because Jeffrey had a hernia. He had the little cannula in his nose. He was, it's like because he was premature. And Jeffrey's dad was like, he will be fine. But I got to make sure he don't suffocate. That baby be fine. And meanwhile, I don't even know what he was saying because he's sweating and rutting and so we're just very different.
Sweating and rutting and nothing. Did you just say that? I think you did.
That's such a terrible word, rutting. He was
horrible.
rutting.
No, it was
That's
the
like
other word.
But meanwhile, you're just into, and so that's what I was telling the pastor. I was like, as you know, and you said it's not as you get older, it's how your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're tired. We're taking care of so many things. You got to take your kid to karate class, to tutors, to this. You got to make something to eat. You got to work. You got to get this report out. You're dealing with your boss. You got to deal with your partner, and you're tired. So that sex drive,
right? You'd have to be like Serena or Venus, like in shape, like got energy,
you do have to have energy. I'm over here taking turmeric pills and olive leaf
Yep.
extract and doggone vitamin A and a multivitamin. I'm taking apple cider vinegar.
Yep.
Where's the
I'm riding a
orgasm
bike
fit
right
in
now.
there? Where's you taking a what?
I said, I'm riding a bike right now. I got one of them little bikes on my feet. I'm
No,
trying
you
to get my
riding a bike,
exercise
not
in.
you not.
You
That's
know
not
the little
exercise.
feet.
That's
You know the little feet things you put on your feet. I'm right now. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
But Kym, can I tell you? You act like that's for exercise. That's clitoral connection, and you know that.
Oh no, I got
That's
little
clitoral
bells for that.
connection
I got
because
little
it's rubbing.
weights.
When you do it, it
The K
rubs.
bell. I got this little. My friend, she runs a company called K Bell, I think, and you put their weights, and it trains your
Tights up your
JJ.
vagina.
Yes,
Yeah.
I put the
Okay,
wrong
your
size
JJ.
in and couldn't get it out. Okay,
I like that word for JJ. We'll use that word for JJ.
we'll do
But
like
it
that.
is.
But all this
They
talk,
also and they're
you
called
keep
K
talking.
bells.
You done made me hungry.
If you don't do that, don't do that. You can't. Will you take that? You can't do that.
What?
Okay, first of all,
Why
we're
can't?
not giving a
I'm just
lesson
eating a
on how to do.
banana. I'm just eating a banana.
Don't eat the banana on. No, Kym. This is going to be on YouTube and people can access it. We have a 12-year-old who watches us. I don't know if you knew that. We're going
And
to
she
have to put a
eats
disclaimer on
bananas.
this
The
whole.
12-year-old eats bananas. All right, go ahead. Okay.
What
Now
I'm
I can't
saying.
eat a banana while my blood
No,
sugar drops. Now, and you talk about
actually,
I'm sleepy. The last podcast, you was like, I was asleep because I was like this the whole time. But now I can't eat no banana to get my blood sugar up. Go ahead.
not
Go
while
on
we're
then.
not. You cannot eat a banana while we're talking about sex and orgasms. We got a 12-year-old. How we got a 12-year-old fan who take the banana out your mouth. You cannot do it. It just can't be done. We just started this podcast. We're doing it with our own money. I don't want to get sued.
Because
By
I'm eating
the
bananas.
12-year-old.
Oh, so now people mad at bananas? It's too much going on in the country to be mad at a banana right now.
No, they're mad at you eating the banana. Don't blame it on the banana. It's you eating the banana.
I am eating fruit. I am on WW, and this is one of my 0 point foods. But meanwhile, before we started the podcast, you sitting over there talking about, oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, my blood sugar. I need something to eat. I said, grab something to eat. It's our podcast. We can eat something. I got me some coffee. Yep. I got me a little water, and I got a banana. I took care of business. But you want to sit out there and sit over there and pass out on your podcast for the people, for the 12-year-old.
Did you say I want to pass out on the podcast?
On the pad.
That's what happens when you get too ahead of yourself trying to tell somebody off. It just ends up into a mishmash of words.
Okay,
just
all
saying.
right, mishmash.
So
I
now
like your background. I see you changed your little background, got fancy on us.
I did. I'm very excited about this background. I'm gonna move the camera up so you can. I don't know if you'll be able to see the blues in there.
Oh, they're flowers.
Isn't
Yeah.
it like
Oh no, that is
amazing?
pretty.
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, so I decided to, sorry, I'm doing that with my camera. I decided to just do a different background. This is a peel and
Mhm.
stick wallpaper. So you peel it and you stick it on the wall.
Did you
I
try to
got it
take
off
it off?
Etsy. What?
Etsy? Did you try
Etsy.
to
I got it.
did you try to
Well,
unpeel it to see if it really came off?
you can, but it's like pulling a sticker off. It's hard. It doesn't
Oh,
come off right away because you can keep it on for years. So they make
okay.
it so it's hard to pull off, but you can get it off. So it's not like wallpaper, but I thought it's quite stunning when you walk in. So thank you. This is my new backdrop from now on until we get into the studios to do our podcast. So I just
Well,
want to give
can
our
I ask you
fans.
something? Why do we ever have to go in the studio to do the podcast? I like this. I'm at home. I have on the top and nothing on the bottom. I'm eating bananas. I can go to the kitchen. I got coffee. I don't want to go to the studio. I like this. I like us. I'm looking at you. I can go to the bathroom. I'm chilling. My son is here. I like this. I'm never going to the studio.
And for all the
I'm not
reasons
doing it.
that you just said is why we need to be in the studio. Everything that you just said, because what happens, Kym, is we were supposed to have started this podcast an hour and a half ago.
Okay,
I
you're
called
right.
you had just woken up. Then all of a sudden now you want to take a shower.
You just woke up too.
But I was here probably 20 minutes before you were. I'm very on
Because
time.
you sleep in your wig. I don't sleep in my wigs. I let my wigs have a break. I don't make my wigs work 24 hours a day. I put my wigs up so they can talk to the other wigs.
I don't sleep in my wigs. I fully look like Ludacris when I'm sleeping in bed. So if you break in my house, you're gonna be like, we done robbed a rapper.
We done robbed a rapper. We done robbed a rapper.
Damn, Ludacris is here. I thought we was going after Sherri. I sleep with my wigs on the bed because they're thrown everywhere in my room. But the thing is, being in the studio
too, for a different reason. The earthquake.
Because you want to be able to grab your wig. You want to be able to grab your wig right away. Because we did have an earthquake amongst COVID, protests, schoolwork, being a chef. We had an earthquake. I said, what other deadly sins that are mentioned in the Bible can start? I don't need no locusts. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of locusts.
The locusts, they over in Africa. You saw that.
And not only are they in Africa, like they're not even supposed to be in Africa. They're supposed to be over in some indigenous country, and they've traveled over to Africa. And Los Angeles is right next to Africa. That's the next stop. Africa, Hackensack, New Jersey, and LA.
Did you? You didn't just say Africa was next. You didn't say that.
I said Los Angeles was next to Africa, but it's separated by the Bronx.
The water. Did you say the Bronx? See, that's how you got in trouble on The View. This is just how you got in trouble on The View. You better tell the people you joking, because they're going to be like, that damn Sherri, she dumb as hell. She's funny.
Okay, it was a joke, everybody. It was a joke. Covering up my concern. It was a joke then.
Oh, no, you had a brain fart then or something.
Oh, you saying when I was on The View and I said I didn't know if the earth was round or flat. It was a brain fart because I was nervous being at the table with all these very... And that, it's so funny because that brings me to, I made a brain fart on The View. It was, I think, my first week or my second week. And I said, I didn't know if the earth was round or flat, which, by the way, I do know that the earth is flat. Everybody knows that. And so I had done a brain, I was joking.
Please, girl. Just for that, I'm going to eat my banana. You're going to sit here and crack your little funny jokes on our podcast. And they'll be like, oh, shit.
I just had to. That was so funny to me. I do know that the earth is round, but I was very, very nervous. And here's what I want to speak about. I was nervous because I was sitting at the table with very accomplished women. All the way to my right was Whoopi Goldberg, someone that I have admired all through my career. She's a best friend, auntie in my head. And I wanted my career to kind of pattern Whoopi's. So, and Whoopi talks very deep. And then next to her was Joy Behar, who was an accomplished comedian. She was very Joy Behar was a history teacher, and she's very intellectual. And then on the left of me was Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who, she graduated from college with these degrees. She's very smart. And then on the super left was Barbara Walters, the woman who created this show, who has interviewed every sitting president. Trump was her last interview, and she'd been all over the world. She was very well read and accomplished. And then you start feeling like, I sat at the table and I started feeling like, okay, but what do I bring? What am I worth? Because I didn't go to college. You know me and my whole, I really want to go to college to get my degree. I didn't go to college. I did extremely well in high school. Because I was a Jehovah's Witness, my parents would not let me go to college. And I just had kind of jobs that supported me doing stand-up comedy. So I felt so inadequate in between these women. And I felt like I wasn't as smart as these women. I felt like I didn't have the conversation that these women had. And so when the time came when we were talking about evolution versus creationism, I had this brain fart. And I think a lot of women go through that of not feeling worthy to be in the room, of not feeling like they add value to a situation. And I think this is why women, sometimes we don't ask for the money that we're worth. You know what I'm saying? In our job, when we see men, because a man will go up and not even be worth it. He's like, I deserve a raise. Okay, you just started working here yesterday. But a man, they don't, and I don't know if that's from the way we were raised, Kym, of mothers and fathers telling a boy, you can do whatever you want to, and telling a girl, sit down and play by the rules, be a good little girl. You know what I'm saying?
Be pretty and get you a nice, rich husband.
And be pretty,
Yeah,
and
but I want to say right now, you can still go to college. I think that's one of your things. You can go to college online, Sherri, if you feel like, I don't know when you're going to have time. You have so much to do. But I don't think now I think that was our generation and the generation before us. College is important, but college is not for everyone. And
No.
that is so I think you have already surpassed even people that have been to college. So what I'm saying is your college education was you in the comedy rooms. I went to college. I said I was going to go to grad school. I didn't go to grad school, but I went on the road with Shelley Garrett's play for 5 years. I was on tour. That
A
was my
beauty show.
grad school. Yeah. So you've been to college. You know, as a matter of
Well,
fact,
at
we're
this
gonna have
point,
I'm gonna give you a degree. No, I literally we're gonna have a ceremony and I'm gonna hand you a degree. And you can wear the
because it
little
would
hat.
be for me, it would be a degree in life. Like I'm
Yeah.
older now, and I've gone through an evolution where I'm very confident in who I am. But I think sometimes, and you're right, I love that this generation of women that are coming up are strong. They feel empowered. They're accomplished. But I think still sometimes we go through that thing, Kym, of that little voice inside says, I'm not good enough to be at the table. And it's like, how do you get past that? I'm not good enough to be at the table. Have you ever gone through anything where you felt like, I don't know if I'm worthy to walk into this room? Because you're really confident. That's what I have always loved about you.
Well, one thing I will say, there are plenty rooms, especially when it comes to uh I never feel okay, this is where my downfall is. It's so interesting. When I look at you being on The View for that many years, I felt like that was a training for you. That was your
Yes.
college because this is the difference. The Sherri I knew before that is different than who you are today. If
Right.
we were on, we were when we were on the radio and it was Tom and Sybil and me and you, and say Barack Obama came on the air or Biden came on the air or whoever came on the air, you were very proficient. You were very on it about politics. You were able to debate. You were able to ask questions. That's where I lacked. Now, see, I've been to college. I got a degree. And see, and that's the room. I was like, I'm not really, don't want to be in this room right here. So that's when you say, is there a place? There's always a place where you feel weaker. What I have learned
Mm-hmm.
is that confidence rules everything. I don't care if you don't
Yes.
know anything about the situation. If you act like you're confident and you walk in confident, first of all, confidence is attractive to everyone,
Yes, it
men,
is.
women, everybody. And if you just smile, it means you're confident. See, people don't understand that. When you walk in with a bad face or downtrodden or you look down, always keep your head up, always smile, shoulders back. It is attractive to men, to women, and they're like, oh, and then they're gonna listen to you. I have had speeches. They've asked me to be at the women's conference. This, can you be at the this and that, and can you be our keynote speaker? I was like, me? So you act confident, and when you speak with authority, like you said, and you have been in the school of life, I would not have been the same person at 20 as who I am now.
Right.
So that is when you say confidence. I appreciate you. And I try to remember that. Do I lay on the bathroom floor sometimes and cry? Yes. Are
Yeah.
there lots of moments of weakness, of body shaming, brain shaming, hair shaming? Yes. But I am a child of God and I am here for a reason. And I have to make sure that I do whatever it is my reason is on this earth to the fullest of my capacity.
I
Yes.
love,
That's the
I
word for
love
the day.
that. And one of the capacity is the word for the day. What I love about you and what I've always loved about you was when I first met you, you would walk into a comedy club. I always tell people Kim's smile will brighten up the world because you have that smile, you have those dimples. I keep trying to get those dimples. I can never get those dimples. You have those beautiful dimples. And I remember when I first saw you, Kimberly Whitley, you came into the Comedy Act Theater and you just smiled. And I was like, and I remember I was so shy. And that's always how you would walk in a room. It was always with a smile. So it's so interesting that you talk about how a smile just projects confidence. And you would always walk in with a smile. So it put people at ease because you were very pretty. Like you're a gorgeous woman. You were so pretty. And I remember you walked in and I was like, wow, she's so pretty. Like, and you had this huge personality. That's the one thing about Kym Whitley. You had the biggest personality. And another thing, I swear during COVID, I need something to drink because I'm like accruing spit in my mouth. Sorry,
I
guys,
don't know why you don't keep your drink with you.
because I don't want it to take my lipstick off.
You
And my
have
nails
to.
don't look
Well,
good.
I will say, but let me say that you ain't even got no cute cup for the podcast, really? A
No, I don't.
plastic?
I need to get my funny mamas. We need our funny mamas cup.
And
But no,
where's
let
your
me finish.
straw? Okay,
I
I'm gonna
don't know.
send you.
I
I'm gonna
don't
give you
know.
some
Give me a straw.
titanium straws. I'm bringing them over today. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Send those to me. But what you would do, what also projected confidence about you, you smiled and you would look people in the eye and look directly at them. So you made people feel like they mattered to you. So that's one thing, because I always had a problem looking people in the eye, because I always feel like what I got to say is not worth anything. And I've really worked on that, of looking a person in the eye. You know who does that too?
Oh,
And I still call him my president, but former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. Those two, Oprah Winfrey does it too. Like if you look
yes.
at people who are very successful, they look you in the eye and they really like directly look at you. They acknowledge you, even if their mind is wandering. And that projects confidence when you look someone in the eye, when you shake their hand with a firm handshake and you
Mm-hmm.
look them in the eye. I tell Jeffrey all that all the time. Look me in the eye. Because I was told as I was growing up, don't look me in the eye. You look at the floor when I'm talking. And I would get popped. So it was and you're right, being on The View was my training ground for
Yeah.
everything that I was insecure about in my life. I was trained not to look at a person in the eyes when they were talking to me. I was trained that when older people said something, you shut up and you say nothing. I didn't like confrontation, and everything that I hated, I had to do every day on The View. I had to look Barbara in the eye. And you know what it's like trying to tell Barbara Walters, I have something to say. Please be quiet while I say what I believe in. I was
Ooh,
shaking in my boots to tell
yes.
Whoopi, my idol, I disagree with you. That's not the
Wow.
way I feel. It was literally for 3 years, I was sick to my stomach. I cried in my dressing room all the time. But you're right. It made me. Barbara Walters was so hard on me, to the point of sometimes I felt she was so mean. But she made me build up myself and find out who I was, which I'll be forever grateful to her. Even when I started The View, girl, I talk like this. Everybody take a little time to enjoy The View.
Yeah.
So now my voice is so damn deep, I don't know how to get my voice back up to that little,
Right. Right.
because this is what men like this more, not this voice right here of, we got to
Uh-huh.
do this. And that's nice that you got your little car. You see my two cars, men like this. Hey, what you
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
And it's harder for me to get that voice because I'm
Never,
so used
never
to
put
being,
little. Yeah.
you said
And never
what?
put, never put the word, well, I learned a hard lesson. Never put the word little in front of anything that you're talking about to a man.
Yeah,
Never, I
that's
do it
demeaning.
all the time. I've had to break that habit. Will Packard, he got me so good. Oh my God, about 6 months
You did
ago.
not. You did
I
not.
did. I did. When I saw him, and this is the thing, Will Packard is not a tall man. And I don't think
Yeah,
about
Will
it, but I
Packer's
was
short.
like, yeah,
That's why
he's
he and
not.
Kevin Hart get along so well.
I didn't say that, Will. No. But
I
this
say
was
that.
so funny. I know. He said we were it was him and his wife were there at the Oprah thing, and I saw him, and I think I said, I don't know what I said, but I think I said something. Hey Will, I like your little jacket, something like that. He was like, uh
What?
yeah, he was like little. And I didn't, and I, because I say it all the time, but my exes used to tell me that too. They was like, oh, and Rodney used to say every time you say little, it makes me
It
feel like you're
it diminishes. It
diminishing. And
diminishes.
I could not get that lesson until until Will Packer said,
But
so when I
why do
see
you
you, what if I
say
said, hey Big Kym? I was like, dude,
that? Who
you
said that to
oh
you?
no, Will was saying this to me. He said, don't say that to a man. He said, what if I was like, big this, big that, when I'm talking to you? And I'll never forget that lesson. So I'm married. So when you said that to a man, oh, look at your little car. I was like, don't do
Why
it.
did you now see? I very rarely say that. I probably have said it once in my life, and I learned. But why do you feel like you have to put little in front of something?
Um, I think it's my way of saying it's to me it was endearing. Like, oh, look at your little son, you're doing it. I didn't take it the other way. Oh, you
Right.
got your little car. All right now. I didn't put it
It
with
wasn't
that
meant to
because I'm not a
be
man.
you. Yeah, you didn't have any bad intentions behind it. It was more of a
Right.
compliment for you. It's like, and this is very, a lot of people disagree with me, but it's like when older generation does this, when you use the N word.
Yes.
Before, for me, because I grew up hearing it so much in my family, and it really was a term of endearment. Like when everybody in my family was playing cards, they would be playing spades or bid
Oh,
whist.
yeah.
It was like N word, no, 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 no. My mom called my dad that, and I would call my husband's that. Or if you're a friend, a close friend, that's the word I use. Because to me,
Yep.
it doesn't mean what people have made it to be. It is like we are ace boon coons or ace, whatever the word
Right.
is.
It's
But
different in the Black community.
it was different. But some people, like, I got a girlfriend, she's like, I don't like it when you call me that. And I was like, it were what? And she said, I just told you. Like,
But
I
see,
was
this
so
is
used to
different.
saying,
There's a difference between ER and AH. The A at the end and the ER. You can't do the N word with the ER because then I'm going to have to choke you. See, that's
but
the
we're
difference.
talking about, but some people still, even in our community, feel like
Mhm.
we're trying to progress beyond that. We're trying
Yeah.
to, have girls feel empowered. We're trying to, it's a whole different movement than when we were younger, and we got to respect that. And I think it's that way with you saying, oh, your little car. Oh, you always meant it because you don't have a negative bone in your body. You're always seeing the positive side to anything. So you didn't see it in that way. And it's very interesting that you used it on a person that it could have probably hurt you career wise.
Mhm.
Had Will Packer not been the type of man that he is, and had
Right.
he not known what your heart was,
Right.
you know?
And we've been friends, and I think he didn't say it mean. He said it because Will's funny. He said it jokingly too, but he was like, pretty much
Don't
heifer,
do it no more.
don't do it no more. But that was a
Don't do it no
good
more.
life lesson, you know.
It is a good life lesson. And I think, we're talking about confidence and projecting. And I think, like, going back to the view of, I learned so many lessons about confidence. Another thing about how you portray confidence, even when you don't feel it, when we're nervous and anxious. I used to do this on The View till Barbara Walters told me to stop. You tend to speed up. You tend to talk fast. We also learn this being comedians on stage. Slow
Yes.
down, take a breath and slow down and think about what you're saying. And that projects confidence. If you look at President Obama, he says a lot of uhs and ahs, which I took Toastmasters. Do you know what Toastmasters is?
You told me
Toastmasters is
about
an
it.
organization. You learn how to
Yeah.
give speeches, and they teach you to stop instead of saying because means I'm just searching for the right word, or I can't figure out what I want to say next. So you
Hmm.
fill it with or ah. And I learned in Toastmasters, because I used to I used to do speeches competitively, that you just stop, think, or take a breath, and then keep going instead of going
Okay.
That's what you do when you're little and you didn't got caught, or somebody done walked in the room with you and they man, you weren't supposed to be with them. You go So projecting
I think
confidence
yeah.
means taking a breath and slowing down when you talk. That also projects confidence. You got a tip for projecting confidence when you don't feel it?
Me drink. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Okay. If you
We don't
take
want
a
people to be
sip of wine,
alcoholics.
nope, nope,
No,
can't do that.
no,
Um,
no.
confidence. Well, I think you just saying projecting confidence or to make you feel confident.
Well, also projecting confidence, because I think if you can project it enough, sometimes it
Hmm.
makes you feel confident. It's just like acting as if you walk in a room as if, like, when I walk in a room, I walk in a room like, if I have to go on an audition for a
Right.
movie or a TV show.
Yes.
Normally, you get like this because it's so important
Yeah.
to you. You want to get this job. What I have learned to do is say, I'm not auditioning for this. I'm going in and talking to them about the role that I've already gotten. I'm
Mm.
going in to show them how I see this character, because I've already gotten it. This is a production meeting. And so
Oh,
when
that's a
I
good
act
way.
as if I have the role already, my entire energy is different. I'm not walking in the room going, "Hey everybody, hi." Because when I'm nervous, you can tell when I'm nervous, my voice goes up higher because I'm not
Right.
confident. If I have a confrontation that I don't like, my voice starts to shake. So I will
I,
walk in the room like, hey,
yeah.
everybody. And if you're walking in the
Oh,
room like you already got it, your energy is like, okay, let's do this.
yes,
You want me to read? You want me to slate
yes.
my name? My name is Sherri Shepherd. I'm 5'1" on a good Tuesday.
That's
I don't
right.
know why I went into share. On a good Tuesday, I'm 5'1"
You do
on a
sound like
good
shit.
Tuesday.
I got you, man. That's
I
funny.
got you, babe. That was the dumbest thing. But that's what the acting as if is. And I always, for any audition, I go in like I'm going to the production meeting. I've got the job. So I'm not auditioning. And your energy changes. So I think when you project confidence so much, you start
Mhm.
to feel
You
confident.
feel you feel
That's why I
confident.
don't like drinking before you go up on stage or doing
You
anything, because
don't
then you
drink.
learn to what?
You don't drink. Did you just say
No, I
I don't
don't.
like drinking before I go on stage? You don't. That don't even make sense to me. Who said? I don't like taking cocaine before I go on stage. I have never had cocaine in my life, so why would I ever say, I don't like doing cocaine before I go on stage? I don't even know what to say to you. What's wrong with you?
Well, I guess what I should have said is that's why I don't think drinking is good
Okay, thank
before
you.
you have to do anything important. Some people like to have a drink to just kind of relax
Hmm.
or
That
do
would
a
be
little
me. You go
cocaine.
ahead and say my name. Quit saying some people. It's me. Before I go on stage, I have a little glass of wine. I've been doing it since I don't know when. I think I had wine in my bottle. I think my mama gave me wine, but it's a little glass of wine. I ain't no alcoholic. I don't have no addictive personality,
But some people
but
do.
I do. You're right, but I can handle
And
it.
I'm not going to
I got
mention your name. You've
prescription to
learned
Betty Ford. Oh,
you have a
sorry.
prescription. They
Yeah,
send
a
you a
subscription.
Christmas card every year, Betty Ford.
Yes, Betty Ford, they know me.
I think you have
That's so
platinum
stupid.
membership at Betty Ford. Is Betty Ford even in
Yes.
business still?
I don't know. I don't know why
Remember?
we would back in the day.
I
Betty
think
Ford, that
that
was a good idea. Well,
Betty
wait,
Ford
wait.
was
Let me
very,
tell you what my confidence is. You ready for my tip on confidence?
yes.
I don't know if this is a tip for projecting confidence, but I'm going to give you my secret. And I've told you this before.
Yes,
This
yes.
is my secret to making all human beings confident. I mean, all human beings at ease with you. When you say,
Yes.
oh, everybody loves Kym, or oh, Kym has a great personality, what I have learned about human beings is everyone needs validation. Everyone. Even if it's a big crowd. What I study people. What I do before a speech or when I meet
Oh, this is
someone,
important because you're good at
yes,
this.
is I give a compliment, whether it's flirting with a man, flirting with a woman, just not flirting, but everyone needs validation. And before I, you know, give a speech, even, everyone, you look so fantastic. I was looking around the room. I saw you all. I see you over there in that black and white. Yes, I want that. Everybody looks good. Thank you for dressing up for this event. It is appreciated. And if it's somebody I meet, a man or someone like that, I said, I really like that tie. That is nice. Great choice. Who got that for you? Then I can find out if he's married. I'm like, your wife? Oh, no, you're not married? Boom. Women, I love that purse. Or you smell fantastic. You smell very rich. What is that? So, what I have learned is that it relaxes human beings. When you validate me for something about me,
Yeah.
that it seems to relax the human spirit. So that is my tip in confidence, because once they're relaxed, you're relaxed. That's
That's
my
such a
tip.
great tip, Kym, because I have to say, both Kym and I, we do speaking engagements all the time. We host events. So if you need somebody, call one of us. We host events, large corporate events. So
Hmm.
we are speakers. And Kym, do you know the fear of public speaking is like, I think almost number one, people getting in front of a crowd speaking. And that's a big deal because you get scared. And you're better, like we both do it. We're both confident at it. But the one thing I have to say I admire about you, see, when I have to do public speaking, I'm a mass of knots. I'm scared. I got to do a lot of self-talk. And I got to talk myself into Sherri, you've been made for a time such as this. You're worthy. You can do this. You've done it before. There's nothing in the history books that will show you that you can't do it. Kym has a way of getting in front of the hoity-toityest, bougiest audience. See, that's what I have a problem with. Like, if they're real bougie, I'm just like,
Yes.
oh my gosh. Kym normalizes the crowd. And I've seen her do it, and I've been standing next to her when she does it. Kym can get on the stage and in front of the bougiest crowd that have a lot of money, because people with a lot of money are tight. They don't like to let, they love to, you got to get them warmed up because they so used to
Yes.
having money and they're tight and they you know, worst kind of crowd. And Kym will get on the stage and say something like, I just did 5 grams of cocaine. Woo, y'all look good. And they will go, what? I love her. I say that. I just did 5 grams, and probably because I'll be trying to be articulate. I just did 5 grams of cocaine, and y'all are lovely. And they would be like, who hired her?
Right. That's hilarious.
And so I've seen Kym. We were at an event, and we will get back to confidence because I think this is such a great discussion about trying to be confident, especially as women, and being confident and walking in your confidence. But we did an event. Kym has a charity that she is on the board of. It's called the Special Needs Network. And it's really for children who have autism, delays. It's such an amazing organization that Kym is on the board of with Reva Martin, the founder. And they just are in the midst of building one of the largest autism centers in the heart of Los Angeles, so that you don't have to drive an hour away to get premier autism care. So I love this organization, and I agreed to host it. A lot of people with money, because that's the big thing of charities. You need money to do all this stuff. And Kym is on the board. And I'm making people laugh, but it can be people with a lot of money, bougie. And I swear to gosh, we had it at Kym's place, and they had covered up all the ground with this, grass, and it was amazing. And Kym literally got on stage and said stuff about the fact that, I'm going to Airbnb this, because I ain't never had my house look like this, and I'm going to have the Airbnb come in, and y'all better not mess up this new grass because I'm using it. And when I tell you, I'm standing behind her like, this heifer just made everybody, and she was talking about how everybody looked, and they looked great. And it just was like people were at ease. And then they tend to like you. And what I thought is Kym took it off of her and put it on everybody else. And she just was real. And I admire you for being able to do that, because I have not been able to conquer that. I got to do a lot of self-talk, but you make it effortless. I have seen you do auctions where Kym gets on stage. She don't care if the Spanx is showing. I'm very self-conscious. Kym will get on stage because she's like, my mission is to get money. And she does an auction, and people will be laughing. And I look at her and I go, wow, what an amazing gift she has. And I love you when you do that.
That's why we're good together. I let you use your big words, and then you let me use it.
We do, but that's such a confidence thing. And here's the thing about getting confidence. You don't get it until you keep doing it. So you have to put yourself, I'm sorry, my arm is itching. I got a mosquito bite. You got to put yourself in a comfortable
bite. That's
position.
Lotion. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what it probably is. I need lotion because I get out the shower.
My brother is deathly afraid to do public speaking. He's a great architect.
It's a hard one.
And he's so funny, but he doesn't do it. You're right. Because you have to practice.
We need to have, literally, Kym, we got to go on the road and do a seminar on confidence building, because we're both confident women. We have our own, like faults and things that scare us, but we get over it because we do public speaking all the time, even doing stand-up. We literally need to go and teach women how to be confident, because it's a thing that people have a hard time with, getting in front of people. And a lot of times with confidence, when I'm in front of people, I have to put them on the level of me. I have to say, Whoopi Goldberg told me this. She said, when you're hosting a big show, because she hosted the Oscars and different things, you have to take it off you. A lot of times we get so nervous because we're focused on who we are. And, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And what if they don't like me? And what if I flub? And what if I, you got to put it on people. I'm going out here to do a service. I'm going out here to be of service to you, audience. I'm here to lead you on a journey into this story that's about to take place. What are you doing for the people in the audience? How are you serving them? When you put it on them, then you take the onus off of you. What if they don't like me? But I'm not caring about that. It's on you, because what am I here to bring you? And so you have to do that. One other thing about confidence that I think is really good. If you don't know, a lot of people, Kym, say, well, how do I know what makes me unique? Or how do I know what that one thing is? Like with Kym, for both of us, it's our smile. Like our smile, I know when I walk in the room, smile lights up is some things that are going to happen. Kym, when she walks in a room and smiles, not like she's doing now. Don't pay attention to her face now. It's relaxed.
Right. Well, I wanted to ask you though, when Whoopi said to take it, put it on the audience, what does she mean? Crack jokes on the audience? Like, what does she mean?
She is about, I'm here to serve the audience. So doing the Oscars, I am here to serve the audience. This audience they're nervous, first of all, because they're nominated. All these people in the front, a lot of these people are nominated and they're nervous. They can't think about nothing. So knowing that they're nervous, just like what you said, they need to be validated. So when you're worried about validating somebody else, it's hard to worry about, well, what do they think about me? Because you are being of service to validate them. So when you're talking about Kym, when you're out there and you're going, I want to validate you. I see you over there in that black and white. I see, it goes back to, you can't think about you when you're talking about that woman. If I see, and I'm going to use a famous name because Whoopi was at the Oscars, Jennifer Lawrence. Now, you know that gal. Then it's hard to think about how I feel. Oh my God, do they like me? Are they laughing at my jokes? Because I'm putting it on them. That's what she meant. Be of service. You're being of service. The last thing I was going to say about confidence and building confidence is you have to find something that is unique to you. Everybody, I don't have Kym's smile or her dimples, but Kym doesn't have my smile.
You have a great, people love your smile. You said that's how you get all your men. What are you talking about?
Because one man said to me one time, I was at a club, I think I was about 17. And he said, you got to smile like a donkey. You just grinning. That hurt my feelings. Like for a year, I didn't smile.
Wait a minute. You should have never told me that. Oh my God. A donkey? Oh my God. I got to say that.
I didn't smile for a year, Kym.
You got to smile.
Because he said I smell like a donkey. But you know what?
Oh my God.
I learned that my smile brings joy. And I had to look at him and you hating on me. Because you like to smile. I wish somebody would tell me right now.
From Shrek? The donkey from Shrek.
Shrek wasn't even out yet. It's just a donkey. And it just shows you your words can penetrate somebody's spirit. And really, you got to think about what you say to people. Like when you said, oh, your little car, like you realize you learned a lesson that can penetrate somebody's spirit negatively. And I didn't smile for a year because I was so self-conscious about my smile. Now I love my smile. I know what my smile does. I know what my smile brings. I know the add value of my smile. So you can think, did you?
I'm sorry.
Did you just make a donkey noise?
I couldn't. Okay, sorry.
That wasn't nice.
I apologize. Okay.
That wasn't nice.
Oh my God, that made my day.
I'm not going to accept your apology. I'm going to. You better be glad. See, and here's the thing. Somebody can make fun of you, but when you know that you're not that.
Yes.
Then don't give in to the energy. Now I'm saying Kym loves me and I know she's joking, but I'm saying like, if you know that something within you is this, don't let anybody deter you, because you will have haters who will try to knock you off your perch because they know your triggers. So because that man, when he said to me years ago, I was 19, I think, and I was so enthusiastic about being in the club because I used a fake ID to get in the club. And I was smiling. He said, you grinning like a donkey. It hurt my spirit so bad that I didn't smile for a year. But if somebody came up to me now and said, you grin like a donkey, you damn right I do, because I'm working and that's how I pay my bills.
That's a donkey's right. You're right. That's right. And donkey's making money.
Then I might go into the bitch. Say that to me one more time. That's the part I'm not talking to you about confidence. You ain't just gonna come in my face and tell me I smile like no damn donkey without my neck moved. But it's not going to bother me because I know I don't look like no donkey. So that's also, you have to, and it's going back to Kym. How do you find that thing in you that is unique, that you can walk into a room and go, I know I got this? Like, what do you think? I've said about your smile and your dimples. What do you think is unique about you?
I think what's unique about me is, like you said, my personality. I think I try to make every situation positive. And I walk in the room. I think what's unique about me is I see good in every person. I
Ooh,
literally see good in every single
ooh.
human being. I
That's
think
what
they
gets on my
all,
nerves about you sometimes too. Oh, that makes me, because I will be, and we have certain people in our lives, no
yes,
name, but I will tell Kym, I have given you receipts and proof and facts that who this person is not good. And Kym will go, but she just,
yes.
that is, God created that in you. I admire that. Of you just go, I see the good. That's just what I see.
I see the good
And I
that
see that
something
this
either
person,
happened in there. Yeah,
you
I
just
do.
go, this person needs my friendship, this person needs my love, because I see good. And that infuriates me sometimes, but
I know
that's who you
you
are.
get so mad, but I love it because you always can give me the opposite side, and you can give me the receipts, and without people that can see the good in someone, and like we're talking about what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
these police officers, not all of them. I really like police officers. Some of them were bullied or whatever reason why they became police. Some of them are the KKK, probably dressed in police uniform.
Hmm.
We don't know how they were raised, but I still believe that it's not their fault. They were either raised that way, they were bullied, something happened to them.
Wait, let's hold on. Let's take it back, because we have to be careful about how we present stuff. So when you say it's not their fault, that's
Oh, no,
not
no, no. I meant how they were raised. I'm saying if their parents,
right.
as children, it's definitely when they get grown, they can
So
make
they
their
still have to
own.
take responsibility for their actions.
Yes,
So I just want to make sure. I'm sorry. I got
absolutely.
to pull his wig forward a little bit. I just want to make sure that people are not taking
No, no,
what you
no, no, no.
say
Let me,
to
let
me that
me,
the
as the
police is
human
not their fault.
spirit, I'm saying, I'm sorry. Okay, let's not say it's definitely not saying that. But in the human spirit, I have to look at human beings like, how did they get that way? And I'm saying, definitely take responsibility for what you've done. How did you get that way? So, what I'm saying, where there's empathy and sympathy and all of that, at the end of the day, let's take the police out of it. I can talk to a murderer, and either he has a mental problem, something happened to this human being, and he did not correct it. Therefore, yes, it is his fault after a certain age. But that's why I don't like when they take juveniles and put them in prison with adults. There is a
Okay, you
span
keep going.
of children's brains that are not fully developed. That's what I'm saying. For a child, between until they get 15, especially boys, their brains are soft. Their brains are not fully developed. So what I'm saying is, I don't feel like they need to be put in adult prison.
Okay,
Children. Does that make
can I
sense to you?
respond? Yeah, can I respond to
Go
that?
ahead. Yeah,
Number one,
please.
you gonna get us canceled. I just want to say that right now. We're gonna be off the air. We're not gonna have a podcast next week. I'm just laying that out there. Numero uno. Okay. Because you put shit together crazy. And I'm sorry we got a 12-year-old fan. And I shouldn't have cursed.
You can curse. There's only one child
No, I don't curse.
listening.
But we have sunk all our money into this podcast.
So
We
wait,
done took our savings
I
out.
can't go to the prison and talk to a murderer.
You were putting three different things together, Kym, in your rant because you ain't got no sleep. So here's the thing.
Oh, I didn't know we was doing a particular situation. I was
Yes,
talking about
you're
the
you're
human being. Okay, let's take it off the police and take it off
you
the murderers.
no, it's too late.
I
You've convoluted
okay.
three messages into one algorithm. And you
This a podcast. This ain't no message board. We ain't sending a message. You the political one. I'm not political. I'm just Kym Whitley. Y'all leave Sherri out of this. I said something crazy.
They can't leave me out of it. Kym, we're two funny mamas with no name. We're two funny mamas. If you say something that's on me, if I said a curse word, that means you curse too. The only difference with us is you light bright and I'm dark. We're two funny mamas.
Because Don Lemon texted me and said Sherri ain't shit, but I still believe in you.
And if you want to know why we're laughing so hard at that joke, then you must watch the podcast that we did previously where we called out Don Lemon. We got a lot of support. We got a lot of backlash, but we're two funny mamas and we don't care, as evidenced by this rant that Kym just went on, which came from being confident. I'm not quite sure about, and I agree with you on some points. I disagree with you on some of those points.
That's good. Tell me what you did. No, I don't even want to bring it up again because I don't want to get the people upset. But okay. I sleep with a lot of police officers. Maybe that's my problem.
No, you don't sleep with a lot of police officers.
I don't sleep with a lot of police officers.
You know a lot of police officers, and they're.
I didn't mean to say sleep. I meant I'm sleepy. That's what I meant to say. I'm sleepy.
And let me tell you something. What we gonna do when we get off? When we get off this podcast,
okay, I know
we're gonna talk about you.
Police officers. Okay.
We're gonna talk about you getting some sleep before you do the podcast in the morning, so your words is right. Now I sleep with a lot of cops. A lot of police officers.
Okay. No, I don't know a lot of police officers. I know 2 police officers. Let's don't be putting me all with the police right now. They ain't the people you want to be hanging with. As a matter of fact, I told my friend, the police officer, don't even call me during this time till y'all get y'all shit together. That's what I said.
Okay,
to people.
Stop cursing. No, we don't curse on this podcast.
You just say that. I don't see no podcast rules. You ain't never said nothing. All right. No cursing on the podcast. We gonna talk about Jesus. We're gonna talk about our celibacy, and you don't show your tatas on the podcast. I'm looking right here on the podcast rules, and I don't see none of that.
Okay, well, we're probably gonna have to come together as the CEOs of the Two Funny Mamas and get a set of rules, because cursing is only allowed when absolutely necessary, like when you throw in an amalgamation of subjects that will inflame and get us canceled.
First of all, don't be using, that's on the list too, using words that Kym don't know or ever heard of, or the public ain't never heard. Amalgamation, that ain't even no word.
I didn't say amalgam. I didn't say amalgamation.
What you say?
Malcolm X has nothing to do with this. I said amalgamation. So
Alexa, what does amalgamation mean? It better be a word. It better be a word.
Amalgamation is usually defined as the act or process of amalgamating, mixing or merging so as to make a combination, combining. For more, ask me to give you more definitions.
Alexa, shut up. Just shut up. You were supposed to say it's not a word. That's what you were supposed to say. All right. That's all right. It was a real
it's
word.
The act of amalgamating and throwing in a bunch of stuff together.
Who gave you that? Barbara Walters? I'm going to write her too.
No, that's a word that I know on my own.
I didn't go to college, but I got a big ass.
And you went to FIST. Stop it.
Mation.
Chris, I want you to edit that.
Know real curse words. Do you know what real curse words are, Sherri Shepherd?
We'll do a podcast, a specific episode on real curse words. How about we'll table that? I'll write it down.
These are acceptable curse words on television.
No, we're not on television. We're on the internet.
Then we really should be able to cuss.
No, we have a 12-year-old. We got a 12-year-old. We're going to have to put a disclaimer.
One 12-year-old, and if her mama is letting her listen to the podcast, that means her mama or her daddy want her to grow up real fast because she is listening to Two Funny Mamas. And Kym Whitley got a brand. Kym Whitley ain't her brand. Ain't little sweet Kym Whitley. She don't curse. She don't drink. What? Come on now. Sorry about that 12-year-old. I apologize.
Okay, we've just gotten
I just got hot in here, girl. You done got my little blood pressure up. I'm hot.
No, I didn't.
Ooh,
we were talking about confidence.
This is too much.
The
Huh?
12-year-old that watches us, we want her to be a confident 16-year-old, a confident 20-year-old. We want everybody that watches us
She
that
gonna
comes away.
cuss.
Yeah, because Auntie Kym then just led the way.
No, she cussing now.
I'm refusing not to believe that.
What age you start cussing, Sherri?
12.
That boom, there it is. See,
Shoot.
because you practice. When you're 12, you practice cuss words in your
You
bedroom.
do. You do. You practice, because I think I started smoking cigarettes at, you know what? We're gonna have to block the 12-year-old.
Yeah,
This is just too hard for
stop
me.
all this.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say to the little girl who's 12, and I think she's from another country. We love you, little one, but we're grown, and this is really difficult for us baby cakes, to the censoring of ourselves we have to do. And we love you, and we want you to grow up to be an amazing young lady with confidence. So we're gonna have to get your personal information and let you know when we talk about something that 12-year-olds can listen to. Or you're gonna have to listen to this with your mama. Let your mother hear it first and then tell
Yes.
you if you can listen to it. Because this is so hard. Out of all of our fans,
it's time to
12
go.
years.
I done got hot. I want some more coffee. I want to drink some water.
Can I
gotta
end this
get-
with? Can I end this, because it is time for us to go? Can I end this? We didn't get to talk about any of our stuff, different things. So, which means you have to watch us next week, because we had a lot of stuff that we wanted to cover, but we've been friends so long, so we get together and start talking and get it. The last thing I want to say about confidence is, if you want to find what is unique to you, specific to you, there's an exercise that I learned. Get your 6, 7, 8 closest friends. Ask them over, sit in a chair in the middle of the room, and have each friend tell you what they love about you. Tell them to be specific about what they love about you. Take that in, embrace it, own it, let it sink into your spirit. And of those things, when you walk into a room full of people and you don't feel worthy, you don't feel like you should be there, you feel like they're going to look up and find out that you shouldn't be there, that you're not who you say you were, take those words or phrases that those people who loved you have implanted in your spirit. Say them every day so that you can call upon them as if you're drawing water from a well, and bring those words forth. Those positive affirmations that somebody has spoken into your life. Let your friends speak in it and bring it up when you need it. And when you continue to bring it up and you continue to feel it, you will become it, as if.
All right. You better preach the word today. All right, Deacon.
Do we need a thought for the day? Should we end our podcast with a thought for the day? Next
was
week
a
it's on
thought
you.
today. No, that
So
was
next
good.
week,
Yes. All
it's
right,
on you
next
then.
week.
No
I got
pressure.
one for 'em.
What is
Wearing
it?
the right bra. That's what I'm gonna tell everybody. That's gonna be my thought next week, huh? Oh, okay.
All right.
Yep. Time to go.
I think this is it's time to go. So we're going to end the Funny Mama podcast. There's a button. Thank you for joining us, because we know you have stuff to do, or maybe you don't. We want you to laugh and release during this crazy season. Oh, yes, we got merchandise. Look at our 2 Funny Mamas shirts.
Yeah.
That's a oh shoot, it's the wrong way. There we go. 2 Funny
That's
Mamas.
it.
You can get our and we got tote bags. We got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, look at that. You have a yellow one. I have a pink one. So we have tote bags to carry your books. 2 Funny Mamas.
Books.
Or toys, whatever, batteries.
Whatever
I don't know.
you got.
You can there's a button down there. Please subscribe to our podcast. Please tell us what you think about our podcast. Tell us what you want us to talk about on the podcast. We read the comments. We kind of got up late today. I hate giving excuses, but we woke up late today, so we weren't able to get to what you wanted to talk about. There's one fan who wants to talk about finances. Who are you looking at?
I'm looking at Rodney. I know that rat didn't get in the house. Why is he taking the net? Okay, that's a whole thing. I got a special needs rat in my yard.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap up so you can go get the special needs rat. But you can, okay, you're weird. You can press that button down below that says subscribe. Please tell your friends to subscribe. If you would like the merchandise, you can go to byjack, BYJACK /2funnymamas, and we have merchandise. We have some giveaways. There were some people who answered when they thought I would be with a man, and we do have some winners, and we're going to announce it. Maybe we can do a special episode or announce it Thursday, our next podcast, of who the winners are. So we just thank you for tuning in, and we love you guys. Please come back. We have a podcast episode every Thursday morning. It drops, and we hope you got something out of this about celibacy and confidence. The 2 C's, celibacy and confidence. 2 funny mamas, Sherri Shepherd and
Kym Whitley. It's been fun, y'all.
It's been fun. Good night. Well, good morning, everybody.